Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. So we're just starting a little vlog for the week of weird. Technically started yesterday. It's now Monday, September 16th. Week of weird started yesterday, in which I read I always get confused. The Low, Low Woods by Carmen Maria Machado, Danny Timer Bonvillian for artwork and whatnot. This was really good. Quite dark. Quite very good though. Shudder to think Pennsylvania is our setting. We've been following two teenage girls, high school age, bestest friends forever and ever. Shudder to think though is yeah, it's kind of a town with some weird goings on. It's known for its coal mines and the destruction that those coal mines have done to the town. Mine fires, sinkholes just appearing and gobbling people up. Weird mushrooms. Something is going on in this town that is despicable. And the girls figure it all out. It was really good. Again, very dark. And it was really good. It was really good. It was really good. The artwork was really great. I like how there's a dog named Pearl in there. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, just I would try content warnings for this one, because there's some deep stuff in here going on in this town against women and girls, and it's not very pleasant. So yeah, but that was really good, and it's just a little kind of one shot, thing, and it's done. So yeah, really good. I then read our group read, which is of course The Weirdest World by R.A. Lafferty, and you can read this for free on Project Gutenberg. Someone did say it's available on Everand, maybe Hoopla too, I can't remember. It's an oldie, so you can find it. And so it's pretty fun, and I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was about this alien who somehow ended up on Earth, and like what he thought about humans, basically, kind of like that was the gist. And I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it is. He's this sort of amorphous blob of an alien, and he's like marooned on Earth, like the people that he's trapped, the other beings that he's traveling around with kick him off the ship because of reasons. And so, yeah, like I said, he's just marooned and he's a blob. And so he is exploring this new world and very, interested and confused by us. Things that he meets animals, of course, first. He meets humans, who, of course, are immediately terrible to him. And kind of his trials and tribulations of what happens to him afterwards. And, yeah, it's actually kind of sad. It's actually kind of sad about what happened. I don't know. It was really good. I really liked how he, this guy, I keep saying he, but you know what I mean, this alien blob, sort of, like I said, perceived perceived Earth and humans, and yeah, it was really interesting. It was a very interesting story. So I think it was a good pick for us. So yes. Today at work, I do my audiobooks at work, mostly. So I listened to the audiobook for Even the Worm Will Turn by Hailey Piper. Let me backtrack, because one of our prompts is to read a weird graphic novel, manga, manhwa, comic, whatever, picture book. Of course, this fills that prompt. Okay. I listened to the audiobook today for Even the Worm Will Turn by Hailey Piper. Book 2 of the Worm and His Kings series. This will fulfill the cosmic horror prompt. Also, to read an LGBTQIA+ author, you can do both of those prompts with this book, or even the first book, which is The Worm and His Kings. And anyway, so I can't say too much because it is the second book of it, but definitely cosmic horror. We felt, it does kind of pick up where Worm and His Kings left off, with a familiar character. So almost like, but I really enjoyed it. It didn't hit quite as good as The Worm and His Kings. I love that book. I mean, it was still good and enjoyable, and I'd like to see, what happens next. And there is a third book in the series that I definitely want to get to as well, to sort of wrap up this. I think it's just a trilogy, to see where all this wild story goes with the worm. Yes. So yeah, I liked it a lot. The audiobook is on Everand if you have that service. And I had a little more time for the day, so let me try to find some audio. I've got so much stuff saved in my Audible library. Anybody do that? So let's do a short story by M.R. James called A Warning to the Curious. This is M.R. James is very, very much known for ghost stories, and this was definitely a pretty spooky story. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a nice little spooky story. It was short, so I don't want to say much, but it was pretty good. And then I think Jeff Vandermeer is kind of a requirement for Week of Weird. I think I've read a Jeff Vandermeer almost every Week of Weird. I don't think maybe I did last time, but I think I did the previous 2 weeks of Weirds. Anyway, so this one was a very short story. It's about an hour-ish long audio. It's called This World is Full of Monsters. Very weird, very strange. Perfect for Week of Weird. So we're following this dude who he gets delivered this piece of mail, and lo and behold, it is what he's inside is basically what he calls a story monster. Story creature. And this creature sort of infests and invades this man and changes him physically, and he kind of like sprouts from his head. I don't know. It's a thing, right? And then he gets to a point where he just sort of goes to sleep for 100 years. And he wakes up 100 years later, and the world is just absolutely changed dreadfully. And by this story creature, and nothing is as it seems. I mean, the world is overgrown. His house is overgrown by whatever, and everything. The neighborhood just doesn't look the same. That kind of thing. Everything's changed, just like I said, in a very a strange way. And it was very hard for this man to understand what in the world's going on. And then the story creature is still there. He's still kind of lurking around and looking at the man, and he goes off on a little journey trying to figure out what is going on here, trying to find the end of the story. And it's very strange. It's kind of dark, just weird, y'all. Very weird. But I liked it. I vibed with it. It was good. Do I understand everything? No, but it was fine. I vibed with this a lot. Very strange. So I did actually start this as well. The Strange Thing We Become and Other Stories. Eric LaRocca. 2 very dark stories. Well, 1 okay story. 1 very dark story so far. And okay as in not quite dark, but anyway. So I'm going to read a little bit of these probably right now, maybe. I'm not sure. And then we'll see what else I can get into for the week. I'm just trying to knock it out, baby. All right. I'll check in later. Hi, today it's Tuesday. Let's do a quick check-in. I've just got home from work. The day at work, I listened to the audiobook for Song of the Tyrant Worm by Hailey Piper, book 3, and the final of the series for the Worm and His King series. And what an excellent conclusion. Oh my gosh, I really love this book. And the perspective, I don't want to say anything because you just need to read the first book, but whoa, lots of playing with time and kind of reality. Yeah. So read the first book, The Worm and His Kings by Hailey Piper. It is about this couple. One is a trans woman and her girlfriend, and the girl Donna has gone missing. And so the one girl's looking for her. That's the setup of the story, but it leads them, they're kind of unhoused in the beginning of the story. It leads them down to sort of dark, kind of abandoned subways of New York, and perhaps leads them down further still. As to figure out what the worm's all about. Very cosmic horror. It was really great. It was book 1. Book 2, I really liked for getting a different, like I said, it kind of picked up from book 1. But book 3 knocked it out of the park. Really rounded out the whole story well again, and I loved the perspective that we got in book 3. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Because it was great. It was really good. So, yeah, wow. Good stuff. All right, check it later. Bye. Hi. It is Wednesday. I finished these stories today. This Eric LaRocca collection, The Strange Thing We Become and Other Dark Tales. I love this cover. This was excellent. I really loved these stories. Very dark. Lot of sort of a lot of the stories had to do, I think, with grief and loss. Choices. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but well, they're short stories, right? But yeah, I'm a LaRocca fan, you know. I love the way they write, and I love their stories. I love the darkness. I'm a fan. I really dig it. Yes. Do I have a favorite story? I don't know. I really like the title story, The Strange Thing We Become. Strange Things We Become. Yeah, I liked that one. You're Not Supposed to Be Here. That was a great story. I'll Be Gone by Then. Amazing. Bodies Are for Burning. Ooh, that one was good. Yeah, these are good. These are good. And just here this evening. Oh, so this will be for my prompt to read an LGBTQIA+ author. I did read a couple stories just now from my big book of the weird. I read The Night Wire by H.F. Arnold. This is a story written in 1926. Really good, you guys. Okay. So basically, we follow these two guys that work the night shift that bring in the news that's like wired in, and so this one guy is like typing out the wires, the news, the stuff that comes in over the wire, right? And then like the other guy who's like the narrator of the story is like his boss essentially, you know, works with him on the night shift, right? Okay, so this guy's like taking in the story from this town, you know, called Zebico, which is not, you know, the guy's not familiar with it, but whatever. He's typing it on the typewriter, the story as it's coming through the wire, right? And it talks about this Zebico in this town, this fog that has permeated the town, and it's just, you know, has this heaviness to it, weight. It's just coming, you know, just covering everything, and like they see something in the fog and stuff like that, and the story goes from there. It's a short story. I don't want to say much else. Okay, from a story written in 1926. That was pretty doggone good. I really liked it. Properly creepy. All right. And then I read from, what year did this one come out? 2002, no. Oh yeah, 2002, from China Miéville, Details. This was flipping good. And why am I still yet to reading China Miéville? I've got to read that. I've got to read some of this guy's novels. I think this is the second short story I read about them. I think I've read another short story by them for the Week of Weird anyway. Our main character is a young boy. And once a week, he visits this lady who lives in the yellow house, an apartment in the yellow house. And he knocks on the door. She briefly opens it, he brings her, good gracious, like food, sometimes a can of white paint, sometimes other little things, but mostly he brings food once a week. And like I said, he knocks on the door. The woman like very quickly like reaches out and grabs it and shuts the door. They might have a conversation through the door about what's going on, but, you know, chit-chatting a little bit. And then she decides one day that she's going to tell kind of her story about why she's living the way she's living, because she has noticed the details And that maybe wasn't such a good thing. So the details she says is like, you know, when you look up in the sky and you see a shape in the clouds, when you, you know, notice some sort of maybe a face that's in a pattern, you know, like a marble floor or something, marble floor, whatever, and you see some sort of shape or something like that. So she has noticed these sorts of things, but has a step further because something she has noticed her back. Right? Again, proper creepy. Really good. Oh my god, really great story. I gotta read more China Maple. Alright, so 2 more stories knocked out of the weird. Only about 896 more to go. Alright, I'm going, I'll check it. Alright, let's head to Atlanta! Woo! NCT Dream concert! Skirt, skirt! Hey y'all, I haven't checked in because I've been busy. I had this little trip down here to Georgia, so I'm leaving this morning sometime. Just woke up a little bit ago. It's not about sleeping in a hotel, right? I just was like, I slept like 11 hours or something. I don't know. It's amazing. Anyway, so week of weird. I got derailed a little bit, but I did start this yesterday. In the House in the Dark of the Woods by Laird Hunt. This little book has been on my shelf for so long. And yeah, so I started it, and so far I'm enjoying it. It feels like a fairy tale, kinda. We're following this woman who I think this is supposed to, I don't know, is there a time period? Colonial New England, okay. And there's a woman, and she has, you know, a husband and a son, but she goes out into the forest. They live kind of like on the edge of this wood, right? Which is, it seems a little interesting, but she's going out to pick berries and just, you know, do her little thing and then head back home. And then she ends up getting horrifically lost and turned around, and she ends up being taken to this woman's little house. Is it Eliza? Is that her name, I think? Or Elsa? Something like that. And Eliza, yes, who seems maybe a little witchy, I don't know, but she helps her out, and she's that's kind of where I'm at, basically. She's trying to find her way home again from leaving Eliza's house after her helping her out, because the things that have happened along the way. Anyway, it's supposed to get dark though, so I'm very curious what's going to happen to this woman out in the woods, basically. And who is this Eliza person? Dun, dun, dun. Hey y'all, so it's a few days after Week of Weird has closed out, but I'm just now getting a moment to kind of sit and talk about my last book that I did finish. Technically after Week of Weird finished, but it's fine. I finished it, I think yesterday, or I think today's Wednesday. It doesn't really matter. I'm putting it under Week of Weird. So, In the House in the Dark of the Woods by Laird Hunt. I ended up really liking this a lot, like a lot. And I don't really know that I can talk, like, put my finger on why I really enjoyed it so much. You know, it ended up being quite weird, I would say. It felt really surreal, dream-like, fairy tale like, dark fairy tale like. I don't know. It was just a weird one, and again, I just liked it. It was just vibes, you know. But you got to like the ending, and like some things were revealed. I think I went, I think I gasped audibly at like, there's what? You know, yeah. It was good. It was really good. So, but this won't work for everybody. I think just because the way that it's written, it's not it's going to be everybody's cup of tea. I think, you know, if you are interested in this kind of story of following this woman as she's making her way through the woods and meeting a few characters along the way, we learn about her past a little bit. I mean, I think, and again, in this fairy tale dream-like sort of feeling that, I mean, we're set in the real world, but this is like something on the fringes, on the cusp, you know, of some other type of world where there are things that are, there are just this cast of characters that are unseen, and how they're living their life, why they're in the woods, and it's hard to explain and talk about this book. So I think, you know, if it's kind of one that you've been maybe curious about, just give it a go. Give your permission to quit though, because it's, you know, it's just not going to be for everybody. It's just kind of one of those books, you know. But I don't know, I ended up just really liking it, you know. Do I understand all of it? I mean, probably absolutely not, but I enjoyed the journey, you know. So I'm finishing out Week of Weird here. So yeah, that's kind of Week of Weird for me. I had a really great week. I got a few things here, like, you know, reading Lola Woods finally. That was fantastic. I read, yeah, just I read some really great things for the week and very excited. So thanks again to all who joined Jason and I again for round 4 Week of Weird, and we'll keep doing them as long as y'all want to keep you know, participating, because I personally really enjoyed it, of course, and yeah, so and yeah, it's a fun time. So let's see, I think that's about all I want to say. Yeah. So thanks for watching and getting weird with us if you joined us, and if you did participate, let me know kind of what your favorite weird thing was, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. All right, bye.